G'day everyone, it's SDS SuperCoach providing SuperCoach content for you. Here to present the review of Sydney Hawthorn. I actually have no idea how that turned out to sound, but that's all right. Great win for the boys. Good to start the season with a win, season opener. I am fully up and about for this. Let's review the game. And let's just see what we honestly think. So we'll start with Sydney. I thought Matty Roberts was sensational. Didn't exactly take many kick-ins, but the way he was just near the ball, even just a kick behind, or he just seemed to be the main distributor off halfback. And that's what I sort of expected with this pick is Blakey will turn more accountable, even though he had a great game himself. But then Roberts opens himself up for a lot of distribution off that half back line. So I thought he was really good, and just felt like what I expected of him. Even though he was, it was probably better than I expected. 124. So his ownership will skyrocket. So it won't be a pod per se, but that's all right. He'll. My guess would be he could legit be on 45% ownership by the end of before Richmond Carlton. That's for sure. Thought Chad Warner was probably he was Sydney's best player, just nearly dragged Sydney back into the game, but Hawthorn were professional enough to stick with it. But I thought Warner was sensational and Sydney's best. He looked really good. Don't think I'd be starting him, but still, what a superstar he is. I think Blakey was good. Heaney was solid. He was solid. Nothing outstanding though. So yeah, I wouldn't be looking there. Lloyd seems to be a winger. Nick Watson got absolutely towed up by Sam Wicks. Wicks there. Got Brody Grundy there. I thought he got absolutely destroyed by Lloyd Meek, especially in that first half. Personally, Rowbottom, I think's taking his game to another level from what it seems. Florent made some shockers. Anyone else super coach relevant for the Swans? I got Grundy in draft G. He looks like he's dropped a step. What's the saying? His take, I don't know what the saying is, but thought he was pretty poor. Corey Warner, I believe he's a 148k forward. Um, and I thought he was pretty good. But probably not enough for that price tag, considering all the other forward options as well. Jordan tagged Will Day in the second half. We'll get to Will Day. Um, Papley, besides that goal, didn't do a heap. Um, Ben Patton, he's an interesting one. Sorry. It's scored a 67 and his 133k price tag. Probably a guy we look at. The main concern would be that he comes out for Cunningham. I don't know the prognosis on Cunningham. I expect him to be back soon though. So that is, but a 67, I mean, you take that at 133k. So looks like he's a guy we can go for. And if we're not feeling Bo Allen for round one, then we can go there. Taylor Adams unfortunately did his hamstring, so he'll be out for a fair while. In terms of who comes in, I'm not too sure the next man in front for Sydney there. Let's talk about Angus Sheldrick. Now, there was a lot of hype on him with the Callum Mills injury, and I was included. I thought he would be the next guy in line to. I'd like to know his heat map. Can we get a have a? I wonder if the heat maps are up yet with Angus Sheldrick. But yeah, he was. What was this? 48%. What does it say? Yeah, 48% time on ground, two tackles. Yeah, N no heat map from what it seems, unfortunately, with Sheldrick, but that's all right. He didn't. It didn't turn out the way that I would have thought with this pick. It's tough to start him now with a 32 and being subbed off. He could be dropped next week, so yeah, I think this pick could be dead. But I still have faith he can turn it around. But yeah, he just really seems to be on the edge of getting dropped now. So yeah, I don't think we can go with Sheldrick. We could go with like a Murphy Reed as a replacement, or Ben Patton, I guess, but he's not really a mid. Yeah, there's some other guys. There's plenty of mid options available, so that's fine. We can find someone else with that. Then Tom Hanley made his debut for the Swans. and scored a 27 as the sub. I thought he looked very lively when he came on, but that sub just makes him tough to start because what was it, 31% time on ground. So unfortunate there for Hanley. As we move on to my beloved Hawks, Will Day. I warned you. I warned you about this bloke, and now, yeah, nah. He's been out of my side for the past few days, so I'm not gonna do a victory lap. Maybe, just because there were just five guys. Like, who's my current midfield? Brayshaw, Rosie, Petrarca, Oliver, Chera. Just thought these guys were more proven. And I never said that Day was going to be a bad pick, but it's hard to fit all these guys in. And with actually only 73% time on ground because he did spend a fair bit of time in the third quarter out of the game with that knock that he got in the third quarter and just couldn't get back onto the ground. Now, as good as Will Day was, and I'll bring this up. He's not kicking 3 goals every week, and he's not getting 6 free kicks every week. So we got to temper our expectations. But I believe he was on 111 at halftime and then scored 37 in the second half while being tagged by James Jordan. So yeah, I think the doubts are still warranted with a couple of these things. Like, how does he go without a tag? How does he go with a tag? He seems to struggle a fair bit. Um, he's not kicking 3 goals every week. He's not getting 6 touches every week. Sorry, 6 free kicks every week. But I think just how good is he to watch? And I think this is sustainable. Like Sydney are a bloody good midfield. They're a bloody good midfield. And to do that in Sydney's midfield gives me confidence what he can do against some of these other midfields. So I'll start with Day. I'll start with Day. We'll see how he goes. Potentially with a Bedford tag, but Day towers over Bedford. Um, so we'll see how that goes. The forward time is what I expected. I thought the time on ground would be a little bit more, but as I mentioned, like he just couldn't get back onto the field in the third quarter when the game was on the other side of the ground. So yeah, I love Will Day, and yeah, I'll still be going with him 1,000%. But yeah, the if we can get a 110 average, because I think that's probably what he can achieve at his peak. He's priced at 91. Worst case is probably, I reckon, 102 with this pick, which is still 11 points above his value. So yeah, I'll be picking Day. Um, he was sensational, best on ground. Obviously quiet in the second half. Lloyd Meek, I thought absolutely destroyed Grundy, as I mentioned. He looks really good. If you want to go there, I have no complaints there. Just make sure, just make sure you have DeConning next to him. Um, yeah, 2 goals, 30 hit outs. He looks to have taken another level, taken another step in his game. But we'll see how he goes throughout the season. But he was sensational, Lloyd Meeks. So at 126, SuperCoach score. I forgot what he's priced at. I think for what he's priced, I think it's 104, something like that. And I think he can outdo that. Cole Amon was very solid, kicked an amazing goal. A couple of frees for, got a couple of handoffs to kick outside 50. Yeah, I thought he played a really good game. In terms of the others, now James Sicily, I guess, is one to touch on. For the first three quarters, he was up. He was down in defence, and then he moved forward in the fourth quarter, and he looked really good down forward. In the back line, he looked very solid as well, but I guess the main concern will be the forward time and then also the amount of intercepts that Battle, Scrimshaw, Barras are going to take off him. So that's obviously a concern, but we know how good of a scorer he is when he's that third guy. So yeah, I don't think we're going to go there. I don't think we can just with that forward time, especially early. There's a decent chance he could get DPP. in the forward line, and we could pick him up for mid 400K. So yeah, very interested to see how that goes with Sicily. I could still go there. Maybe I love him too much. I'm not too sure. I could still go there. Yeah, I'll have to give it some thought. If I want to run five defenders instead of four defenders with two rookies, then we'll see. Newcomb spent a lot of time forward from what I've noticed, and yeah, I don't think he's a super coach pick this year, but hopefully he's in for a very good season. Cam McKenzie looked very good, scoring a 97 there. I expect him to bump in midfield time with the unfortunate James Worpel syndesmosis injury. I think we're looking at, if he opts for surgery, I think we're looking for a very extended period on the sidelines for Worpel. Um, if there's no surgery, it could be 4 to 5 weeks minimum. And if it's very minor, then it'll be an ankle sprain and he'll miss a couple of weeks. So what do I expect with that? I think Mackenzie's midfield time will go up. I think Josh Ward will come in and his midfield time will go up. And yeah, so that'll be interesting to see how a couple of these youngsters handle the replacement of Warpool. So who else we got here? Dylan Moore with the 90. I think it's just that type of role that he has, where it's just not going to be consistent. But yeah, so I think his current price tag's too much, but he can deliver some spikes. Anyone else relevant? Finn McGuinness isn't a tagger anymore. Don't worry about that. Yeah, Warple is obviously going to miss some time. Weddle. Yeah, the 3% of super coaches that had him will be taking him out. Tom Barras looked amazing. Connor McDonald with one of his worst games. I barely saw him, but that chase on Blakey set up one of our goals, so that was tremendous. And my boy, the Wizard, yeah, probably the worst game of his career, but he'll bounce back. Frost is the sub. I don't expect that to continue. They'll either, I don't know. Yeah, there's no way that continues. So, yeah, that's the overall review on the game. Um, yeah, so quick summary. I think overall, Matty Roberts, good pick. We can start him. 434K is value there. Um, Heaney, probably a pass. What else? Patton, we can probably go. We'll see how late goes on tomorrow, Arvo. And Sheldrick would probably move on. Day we can pick, but just remember that this isn't 6 frees and 3 goals isn't sustainable. Then he won't do that every week. So just keep that in mind. Big Meeky, no problem with starting. Sicily. You couldn't. I don't know. I still think there's value there at his price, but a lot of forward time and we have to think about it. Dylan Moore's probably a pass. And yeah, that's probably about it. So, look, great win for the boys. Very happy. Long weekend is settled. So, thank you guys so much for watching. And I'll see you guys potentially tomorrow for a video. We'll see. We'll see. Actually, I'm going out tonight. So, I'm not sure if I'll be in a state, but if you're in Richmond, say good day to me. I'll be in the town in Richmond tonight, so with a few mates. So if anyone's there, more than welcome to say good day. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.